Are two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway from the City Beautiful. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Here we go.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Wentz. Can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. Fourth and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But fourth and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Check it, reload!
Right there, 54.
Hey, Haywood!
Drop deep. Hey, one set.
Shadow!
Throwing again. Brady. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Five.
54.
Alpha.
54.
72.
Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, it's Miller. Miller with a first down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 33. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And Walker has it. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of
blitz coming, and down he goes. Kevin Pierre-Louis. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Regular. Check 43. And Alpha.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that,
look, scratch your head a little bit.
Scratch your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he is tackled inside the 5. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Miller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Here we go. Back man. 180.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. 120.
Hey, that QB's trash. That's
Wentz now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
Now Wentz. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, taking a step back for a second, let's look at the undefeated teams still left in the NFL. We got New England, KC, they're 4-0, and then San Fran, they were open last week. They didn't have a game, so they're still at 3-0. We only have 3 teams left.
And they had the easiest path, not just because they had the open week, but how about New England getting challenged by Buffalo? Yes, they were on the road, but you don't often think of Buffalo as a team to really press New England. They did. And Kansas City, they got a heck of a test in Detroit. Had to score with 20 seconds left on the clock to win that game. So both of them remained undefeated, but not without struggles.
That's the interesting thing about Buffalo. I think we learned more about them in their 1 loss this year than we have in their 3 victories.
I think we would say the same thing about Kansas City because of how they got pressed, but we'd also say the same thing about Detroit, how they played Kansas City in that game.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
You need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Brady going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. To throw, it's Brady. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
54. Mike 54.
Go.
Brady will try again on second down.
Right here.
And that'll be incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Hey, Alabama.
I got it. Mike 54. All right.
Rip.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Back to you. Hey, check it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6. Here we go. Here we go. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that is going to be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Cassius Marsh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wentz going to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Luke Kuechly, his 2nd sack of the night. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Tackle made by Deidron Sinnott.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
Watch the run. Watch 72. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Here's Brady to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside, and I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Derrick Henry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wait, 20. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Come on, Brady. Come on, let's go. Go, man.
On third and long, it's Brady. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Bryant is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Mike, hey, set, wide, 80. Check 3, check 3. 50.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Brady. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Check out. Check 37. Check 37. Showing it. Showing it. Check.
Now a play fake. Carr. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You